Okay. So at a now let us look at a page layout, right? If I see account layout and I take any of the standard fields, maybe account number or website, right? We want to talk about a website. How to make it mandatory? I can go to this properties and I can make it required. Okay. Red star comes. Usually, if you make anything mandatory, bring it on the first so that people can give those values quicker. Okay. So once we make this mandatory, I can make any field mandatory on page layout. So if there are multiple layouts, you have to go to every layout and make it mandatory. Please remember this. So any
Mm.
person who is not using this layout will not have this as mandatory. Okay. So both the custom field and standard field can be made mandatory using layouts. Yeah. But once you make, when you make a page layout mandatory, implication is that it is mandatory only for the layout, the people who are using that layout.
Yes.
Once you, if you want to do a data load, that means you want to create data, just like you have done it, right? Many times. This page layout mandatory will not impact your data load. So your workbench will not ask for website values. Okay. But if it is this is made mandatory at this field level, then on every page layout it will show as mandatory, and in while doing data load also it will also show it as a red column and mandatory column. You cannot load data without putting values here.
Means you are saying that at the time of import we have to put
Yes.
this value, otherwise
Yes.
it will not work. So
No.
now actually if I go for page layout level, suppose I
Import
uh,
does not have any impact.
import does not have any impact. Okay.
Yes. Page layout does not impact import. So if we are doing data loading, page layout, mandatory fields of page layout does not matter for the data import.
But in field level, if we choose mandatory, then when we will
Then
use.
in import also it will work. It will be mandatory, and in page layout also it will become mandatory.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Now,
Hey,
if I want,
what is the purpose of choosing page mandatory field in page layout? Suppose I am not marking that custom field mandatory, but I have created mandatory field in page layout. Then what will be the implication? I mean, when.
implication means you will like to do this in special situation wherein you want some data from one kind of users, but don't require that data from other kind of users. Right? One set of users
Mhm.
who are using the page layout, you want them to fill the data, but for other page layouts users, you do not need that data. It's not very relevant, or it's optional for other people.
No,
If that is the case,
if there is a data which I am importing, uh, and
page
I
layout
am.
has no impact on
No,
import,
no,
as I said.
that's fine, that's fine. But if they are manually in adding data, then it will
Then it will be blocking. Yes,
like
correct.
if I am adding, like if in my actor field I have already choose page some of the field mandatory in page layout, and from the top I am adding one actor manually. Then it
Yes.
will show mandatory field. I have to put
Yeah.
some
So this is screen only. So this will impact, give this mandatory on screen only. In data loading, it will not have any impact.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
No impact on data loading. So page layout is usually we do not use required field in page layouts. Very rarely I have seen anybody do that. Okay, because when we want to make any field mandatory, we want to make it mandatory across the whole environment, and then so that in the screen also when they get the data, do the data, they can fill it. While they upload data in bulk also, they can also, we will also like them to fill the data, right? Usually that is the reason. So page layout is very rarely used and mandatory. So how do I make a standard field mandatory? Okay. Mandatory means in import also and in screen also. So the quickest way of doing this is validation rule.
Okay, validation.
So we are talking today on validation rule. What is a validation rule? Validation rule allows you to create custom validations on the fields. Custom validation, what do you mean by custom validation? What is a standard validation? Any ideas?
Just a second. Yeah, just a standard validations or validations rule.
No. What is a standard validation? I said validation rule is the mechanism to make custom validation on a field.
Okay,
What is a standard validation then?
validations means
You have to enter text in the text field and number
Yes.
in the number field.
number.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not change
So
that.
what the field type gives you is standard validation by default, right? It is like if I am selecting a number field, then it will allow numbers. If I'm selecting a website, then it will ask for a URL kind of a data, right? So that is standard validation. You are not writing that. Salesforce is giving by default, right? Those kind of validations. But if you want to have your own validation, that is business specific validation, like you want to make this standard field mandatory, right? That is where it is a custom rule, because by default Salesforce is not allowing you to give make it mandatory. So you have to write a custom validation rule. Okay. In custom fields, where will I use validation rule? It is for making mandatory, maybe not, because we will probably make this field mandatory here, right? But if it is conditional mandatory check, in that case validation rule will be needed in custom field also, right? Let us see that. So validations can make a field mandatory both at standard field and custom field. So let us see how the validation rule works. So here down below, you will have validation rule. Okay. So let us take a field called GST. This field, let's see if it is a mandatory field. No, it is not mandatory. So let's make GST a mandatory field. So GST cannot be, or GST blank
not empty. GST not empty.
blocker.
Achha.
So please remember what I am doing here is that I am trying to block people.
Okay.
I will put all the conditions that I don't want people to give data on. Okay. So what is the field I want to talk about? I will go to the insert field. I can go and select my field. GST. Okay, insert field. If I make equal to quote check syntax. In fact, one equality is also fine. Check syntax. And I will say GST cannot be blank. Or please enter a GST fund. It's a message which you want to give. Where do you want to give this message? On top of the page you can give it, or just beside the field itself. That you also can do. So when I save, now let us test it. If I go to my account, one thing to remember, it will not automatically show a red star. Okay, test GST, and when I'm doing a save, it is then throwing the message, please enter a GST value. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Yes.
Achha. Now a better way of writing this is using not like this. It is not a very standard way of using it. So we will use this kind of formulas. So one of that formula, I will just cut this, keep it safe so that I don't want to have to bring it once again. So you see there is a thing called is null. You can use this one, or you can even better is blank. And you put the field here. Is blank means it will return true if the GST is blank, or no data is entered, or there is a space there. Okay, blank space. So if it is true, then this blocker will block the thing. So it will work the same way. Okay, let's test it once again. No need to refresh your page because this is server-side coding. Okay, so we are getting, please enter a GST value. Okay, so it is very easy mechanism to make a GST blank. But if you want, see it, you have to hit the save button in order to do that, right? So that is so you can make this conditional. So what you can do is you can say is blank, I will check, but when my account is active, then only I will ask for GST. If the account is deactivated, I don't care. Right?
So we need to use where expression.
No. So I have two conditions. One condition is the GST has to be blank. Another condition is basically I will say is pig val. You see is pig val. Is pig val. You see what is it? Checks whether the value of a pick list value is equal to a string. Okay. Is pig val, because my second field, which is basically active, this is the field, right? So let us insert this. So I will cut this. So is pick val is the pick list field I have entered here. And what is the value I am choosing for pick list? I think it is yes. Right? So there are two conditions. My active should show as yes, and my GST has to be blank. Then I will block. I will run this blocker, right? I will block it. I will say, no, your account is active. You have to give GST.
Okay.
Okay. So how will I join these two conditions? Joining of conditions can be done using only two operators, and or. Are you guys aware of and or logic?
And means I have to fulfill both the condition, or means either I mean
Either or.
any one of the out of the two condition we can fulfill any of the condition.
Yeah. So how it is easy to make the and or logic is very simple. And means true when
True.
all true. Okay. Or means true when any. Clear? Any means all conditions, any conditions I'm talking about. Okay. So or means any, and means all. That means in order to make the whole condition true, you have to make all individual conditions true. And or means in order to make the whole condition true, one of the condition is true is good enough.
Okay.
Any condition is true. Okay. So what do you think needs to be put between these two, and or?
And I guess if it is active, then I have to put blank. Sorry, I have to give the GST value. So it should be and.
Yeah, what do you think? Others, what others think? Or everybody agrees why it is and?
We have to check. Yes, it should be and, because
It should
if
be
the
and? Yeah.
yes, because actually we are checking that the only once if it is value is active is equal to yes, then only uh, we have to put the value. If it is not empty, then the second condition is not valid. So definitely we have to put and.
Okay. So is peak value is yes, this condition is true. And if this is true, both the conditions are true,
Achha,
and
both
then
the
the all conditions are true, then this blocker will fire.
Yeah.
If GST is not blank, then this will not fire. That means the reverse of this logic is any blank, any false is false, and all false is false. Okay, that is the reverse way of doing it. Please remember, any becomes here and all becomes here. So in order to block this blocker from firing, or I don't need, so if there is any of the situation is false, then this blocker will not fire. So if active is no, it will not fire. If the GST is no, it will not fire. GST is not blank, it will not fire. So and is the right choice. I can put it like this, or there is a and function also. So in order to use and function, we have to use, you can go here and you can take the and function. You can hand type also. Okay, so this looks like this. So what we will do, I will cut this one, use whatever is like easier for you to remember. So please start with that and like this. So it's good enough. So there are two conditions. Sometimes it is easier to look like this, so I do like this. So it makes sense also for me, and I also see this. It looks very neat, right? So I write like this many times. Condition 1, condition 2, and I'm joining using an and. Okay, so I'm making sure that the GST check will only happen when active is yes. If the active is no, the GST check will not happen, right? So let us test this. So I will go there. And what is the active status? Do I have an active? Oh, nothing is there, right? So test GST, save. See, it allows me to save because it is not asking for any value. So validation will fire in create as well as edit mode. Please remember this. So now if I say no, don't save any VGST, it is still not doing anything. But if I make this yes, and see, apparel industry, this was done using this one. But now it will ask for GST.
Okay.
Okay. So this validation rule, what conditional validation check, this will see what this industry apparel, what you came, this was done in screen. So this will not impact your data imports, but this will impact data imports. If you make anything active and you are not supplying GST, that will fail. Okay.
Well,
Though the industry is showing as industry is showing is mandatory, but this was done in the page layout or lightning page. That's why it is in screen. It is not impacting the data imports. But if you put validation rule, then it will impact the imports also. Okay. Now we have to type some values in order to save it. Clear?
Yep.
So that's how we can make any field mandatory, right? Now the process of using the validation rule is not only for this required checks. It's a lot of features and functionalities are there, right? So let us take another field. Let us go to our employee field, right? I think we had created an employee field. Okay, cool. What are the different fields we had, right? Salary was there, right? If I want a salary range so that people are not mistyping, right? I need a salary between 1 lakh to 2 lakh. Okay. This is my requirement. So in that case, what will happen? So I can write salary. Sorry, salary check, right? Again, I want to first make sure that the salary has been first entered, and then only I want to do a check, right? So what I can do is that I want to first check that this salary is not blank, right? So so salary check will only, I will show this blocker when the salary has some value, and then basically it has like less than 1 lakh, then I will block it, right? And more than 2 lakh I will block it, right? That would be my requirement. So what would be what would be my check? That salary is not blank, right?
Okay.
So first
Because
we have
I
to
don't want to make salary mandatory, right? That is
Okay.
not the target. I want to make sure if you are entering a value, then you are abiding by the logic, right? So I can say that a salary is less than maybe 1 lakh, 1 stands 100, 1,000, 10,000, lakh, check syntax. So if the salary is less than 1 lakh, what I'm doing, salary cannot be less than 1 lakh. I can show this on the field, salary field. I can also create another validation rule, salary check 2, which is saying that it is greater than 2 lakh. Then also I will run a flag, it cannot be greater than 2 lakh.
No, less need to be deleted.
No, why? Both conditions are needed. No?
No. The last condition you have written, you have written the salary cannot be less greater than
Oh, message.
the error message.
Error message is showing wrong.
Greater than. Okay.
Hmm.
So these are two conditions which I am checking, and it will work seamlessly if I am going to say employee, and let us create an employee, and I am saying that this salary, some account, salary is 50,000. See, salary cannot be less than 1 lakh. Now salary is 250 lakh, right? Then also the other validation rule is now valid, right? Salary cannot be. So can I not create two validation rule? Can I create only one validation rule and do both the checks?
Yes.
Yes, you can do. So again, using what? This joining, right? I will delete the next condition. I will just update this salary validation rule, and I will. What is the other condition we have with it? It's the same, salary underscore under C greater than 2 lakh, isn't it? That is the other condition. So what will I do? Or and?
Here it will be or.
Or
No,
or
no. Between this and this, it will be and. Between operator in SQL scenario syntax. It
Let
will
me
be and.
take a vote. So how many are saying and? How many saying or?
let me think for a while.
Take your time. Let me know how will you join these conditions. And this message would be now a little different. Salary cannot be less than and
Or
greater
because
than
And
2.
it will be and.
And
or
Because we have to fulfill both the condition, and both are true. Because salary cannot be less than 1 lakh, cannot be more than 2 lakh. So it will be,
fulfill both the condition for doing what? For running the blocker?
yes. If we are giving, I mean, wrong salary, like less than 1 lakh and more than 2 lakh, then it will run the blocker.
Okay.
So we
So
have to.
how many of them are of you are telling or, and how many of you are telling and? Let's give a vote first.
I am for and.
Well, let's do, guys.
I am also from the starting point. I am saying and.
And there are two people on and. Kirti, what about you?
or I would say
You are going for or. Okay. Even before running this, let us do a projection very easily. So we'll get to know. So what are we doing? Salary get less than 1,000. This is the first condition, right? And salary greater than constant 100,000. This is the two conditions, right? In order to run my blocker, I am putting a input of 50,000, right? This is my input. So this condition is true or false?
False.
Salary is less than 1 lakh. It is why it is
Oh,
false.
it's true. It's true. Less than it. It's
If
true.
I put 50,000 in my text box, this condition is true or false?
True, true, true.
True, right? Everybody agrees?
Yes.
And what is about this condition?
False.
False.
So what is the combination of true and false when we put an and?
False.
False. That means your blocker will not fire. Do you want your blocker to not fire?
No, I want to the blocker
Then
needs to.
the total condition had to be true. Then only the blocker will fire, right?
Right.
So it failed,
Okay.
isn't it? Now let us put 250, 200, 2000, 50 lakh, right? Once 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 lakh. So now let us again do it this. This is true or false?
False.
False. This is true or false?
True.
What is the total condition?
False.
False.
Will your blocker work?
No.
No.
So your blocker is useless. So you have created an operator between these two and you have created a useless blocker. Doesn't block 50,000, doesn't block 250.
Okay.
Now let us see if I do a or in these conditions. Let's see. So what is happening between this one? It is true or false?
False.
It's false.
It satisfies any one condition, so it is or.
Correct. So it is true.
True.
Blocker will fire. Blocker will block this condition, right? If I make it 50,000, then what happens? This is true.
True. False.
This is false. The total condition is true. My blocker will again block this situation. If I put 150 lakh, then this is false. This is false. This is also false. So my blocker will not fire. So please understand that when you are supplying an input, it is not possible that both conditions will ever be true. Okay. An easy way to remember is that when you already have the blocker conditions, you should join them with OR. Here, both are blocker conditions.
Okay.
So if you join them by an OR operator, then any condition, whenever your input is given and it satisfies any condition, the blocker will fire. It will never happen that all the condition will be true when you are giving one input text. Clear? So all condition should be blocked means any condition becoming true must be blocked. Clear? Please understand that your English language OR and the logic of all is not the same thing. All condition should be blocked means in logic system, any of the condition needs to be blocked.
Okay.
Not when all is true at the same time. That is a different discussion. So please understand all in English language and all in logic is a different thing. Please not equate this. Okay. That is the reason why both of your argument failed. So we need an OR operator between these two conditions to block both these conditions. Okay. So the answer is simple. If you have the blocker conditions already with hand, just add it with OR condition. That is it. Your everything is blocked. But if you have required, like you want the unblocked condition, you said the salary should be between 1 lakh to 2 lakh, right? If somebody said like this, then you can bring the AND operator. This is fine. And then if that is the case, then you have to bring a NOT outside it. Clear? in order to run the blocker. This is the same thing. Inside the NOT, you have passed the pass condition, and the reverse is not. So anything which is not inside the pass condition will be blocked. Clear? This works the same way. This is the same thing. So if I am going there and now I am trying to create a salary of 50,000, is it blocking? It says salary cannot be less than 1 lakh and greater than 2 lakh. If you make it 250 lakh, it's still blocking. You make it 150, it will allow you. So it's same thing can be written in two ways, right? You can put a NOT operator with allowed data, put a AND between the allowed data and put a NOT outside. This is possible. Or not allowed conditions and put a OR. Same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Please understand, this condition is the blocker condition we are looking for. So that is, we are not allowing that value. So anything which is, this is the allowed value, and anything which is outside this NOT operator is not allowed. Reverse, NOT means reverse of it. So when this is true, NOT will make it false. If this is false, NOT will make it true. Okay. One thing to remember in gate operator, I don't know how many of you coming from logic gate have you have seen that, but please remember one thing: NOT of condition 1 and NOT, sorry, yeah, NOT of condition 1 and NOT of condition 2 is equal to NOT of condition 1 or 2. Condition, okay, and same thing vice versa, or will become AND. This is very important for you to learn also. So for writing validation rule, easy method is to remember, if the conditions are blocker conditions, you already know the blocker conditions, join them with OR. If you know the allowed condition, join them with and put a NOT outside.
Okay.
Simple logic. But for advanced logics, you can always write the same, just like we did right here. What we did, salary, we did a salary, this was what, salary less than 1 lakh, right?
Mm-hmm.
And salary, and what we did, or there was or, right? Salary is, and we did salary greater than 250, right? This
Right.
was the original condition, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Right, this was the original condition. So this was the blocker. Let us prove me that this logic is true. So this is equal. So salary of this or salary of this equal to. Now let us make this condition in not. So if I say not, then I will say the reverse of it, right? And if I say not, I will just reverse it, right? Isn't it? This is how it will look like. So that is equal to not of salary of condition this one and this one. This is the formula we are using now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So this is exactly what we wrote in our validation rule now, isn't it? Isn't it? This is
Yes.
exactly what we have written,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
So what So I came from salary less than this, reversed it, and this is exactly, so it works. So if I just remove this and I put it backward, reverse it again, the operator, and I make it again the opposite. So these two worked exactly. That is how it worked, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Sure,
Mm.
understood.
Mhm.
Yes.
We are just giving
So
note.
you can write it like this also. So if you want to write it like that, not of this and not of this one, ulta karna hai, this one, and you want to put a or here, so or it will not work. So, or is this one, double pi. So this is also fine.
Mhm.
Sorry,
No,
my
no,
mistake.
no. Yeah,
My
yeah,
mistake.
yes.
This one, this is original condition, right? So how to write it in not language? So if I write this one first, what is this? This will become or. I will first write this under not this and not this, and I will make this all. This. This is also the same. This will also work. Salary does not exist. What is this? Oh, sorry.
Underscore C.
So this will also no, yes. So this is also the other way of writing this. If I make it blocked to 50,000. Sorry, 50,000. How much did I write? Yes. Yes. Salary greater than sorry, it was the other way around, right? Salary greater than 160. Salary.
It's a right because we have to put the 2 lakhs 50,000 and we have put the 2 lakhs 50,000. If we
Oh,
put
sorry. Correct. Or less than. It allowed, right? Got it.
yeah, it will allow.
So
If you,
let us put 260 lakh.
then it will not.
100,000. Blocker. Oh, what is that? 260.
No.
What is happening? Less than 250. Did I put less than? Not salary.
Validation less than it's at 250 or 25 lakhs. What we have put? I think we have put 25 lakhs.
20,000. Oh, sorry. There is one greater zero. 100,000 in a lakh. 700,000. Yes, now it works. Sorry about it. I'm not using my specs today. So now it is blocking correctly. Now if I put 150, all good. So the same condition I have written. This is using formula. So formula will be or and individual conditions reversed. Right? This is the same as per this logic. And if I want to remove the not, I have the inside operations will be reversed. This was the original condition.
Mhm.
Okay. So please remember these get operators so that you can write whatever is this. So it's the same thing can be written in many ways if you want. Okay. Too heavy already? Or this is fun?
No.
No, this is good.
It's fun? So you can also not only write this kind of validation, you can also do many different kinds of validation tools. It can be like you don't want the name to start with text, a TEST, right? Or there should not be any test inside the name. If you want to make something of validation rule like that, you can also do that. So you can choose any text field. Let us say the name field, employee name, right? This is standard field. But I want to do a check that no text data, something of that sort. So here I will say, I will insert something like contains, right? There is something called contains. If you see, it's a text and it compares, right? So insert content. So you say which field. I will go and take the name field and I will check it will have test. Don't enter test names, something of that sort. And I can do that on the employee name itself. I can do it on the top of the page also. Okay? Please play around. And now here I will say test the same thing. Sorry. So
I think it's a case sensitive. You have given small t.
Yeah, it is blocking that. Okay. So it will start using this blocker. So you can do any kind of, there are many functions. Please go through that. This will help you build many kind of validation rules. So I will stop at validation rules today. And I will go jump into our assignment. So it is assignment for you. So on our assignment itself, we will now create a validation rule. So two validation rule on two fields. One is, please create a validation rule on your this salary field. Which object does it? Your salary field is there. Which object?
Account field.
No. Where is your salary field?
It's
It's
salary
a
field.
join object that is in the
In
account
the
field. Actor field. Sorry. Actor field.
actor film.
Mapping
Actor
object.
field.
Yeah,
Mapping object.
Or junction object, right? Just to
Yeah.
map. So on that, I want to make sure that the actor salary should be between 10 crores to 20 crores. Okay.
10
Let
crores
me
to
see.
20 crores. Okay.
Yeah. All actor salary should be between 10 crores to 20 crores. It should not be less than 10 crores. Should not be higher than 20 crores. That
So
is my requirement. You know how to do it. Please show me in the next call.
So we have to first delete all the previous data, right?
No. Just show me the validation rule.
Okay. Okay.
On any of the existing data, you can just check whether it is blocking the bad values.
Okay. So I mean, from 10 crores to 20
Okay,
crores.
another thing, a very good question. One, if you are putting a validation rule, if the data is not according to the condition of the validation rule, nothing happens till you open the record for editing.
Okay, that is my question. If the data is already there and I
If
am
there
not
is a bad data after which you have started a validation rule, then the old values will never be touched till you open that record for editing.
But if I am manually adding any actor, then it will pop up that error, right?
Yeah. After that validation rule is created, then any edit or create will be affected. After that. But before that, if the data is already there, it is already there. There is no impact on that.
So it will be from 10 to 20 crores, right?
Yeah. I want to see that your validation rule is firing. If I give 5 crore, your validation rule should be firing if it is 25.
Okay.
Yeah. It should be blocking me.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see that in the next call.
Okay.
And try to show me different conditions, how it can be written. Right.
Okay.
You have seen that how many different ways we can write it. Let's try it out. Play around with the validation rules. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Nice day ahead.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.